Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you a very exciting video and I think it will help a lot of you guys who are entering exam season. Today's video is basically going to be a de-stressed exam night routine and how to just be like chill and how to be prepared mentally. I think this video is so important because I remember I built up a really good routine during exam season to the point where I actually enjoyed exam season, and I'm going to be doing a whole video about the lifestyle changes I made to enjoy exam season very shortly. But I had a really good routine going, so I thought I'd recreate it for you guys and show you how I managed to stay relatively low stress during exam season. And this video is also in collaboration with Olivia Greenholt. If you guys haven't seen or watched any of Olivia's videos, you should definitely go and have a look. She does GCSE videos relatively similar to mine, but I think you guys will really like her channel. She's a really lovely person and her videos are really good, and she's a really good singer as well if you're into that sort of stuff. So I definitely recommend going and watching her video. Hers will be a night routine and some description as well. So obviously my night routine changed every day, and bear in mind that this happened during summer, so it's kind of different to what it would be now, but hopefully you guys can find this useful and find something to put into your night routine before an exam. So as I didn't get study leave, if I had a lesson at the end of the day, I would get home about 4 o'clock, and as I walked home I'd usually just check my social medias so that I had no excuse to go on my phone when I was at home. So by the time I was at home I'd checked everything, so I just turned my phone off. I found that really useful. I could check all my Instagram, my YouTube comments, whatever, and I'd usually get home by about 4 and then I'd turn my phone off. And as it was summer, it was really hot and disgusting weather, so I liked to have a shower when I got home. So before my shower I would just take off all my makeup and take off my jewellery, so I'd take off my necklace, my bracelet, my watch. This watch is actually from Rosefield Watches. It's so nice. They really kindly sent me this, and I think having a watch in exam season is so important because you when you're in an exam you keep looking up at the clock and it's really disruptive of your exam, whereas you can just go like that and you can see the time just as easily if you've got your own watch. Obviously you're not allowed your phone, so I'd really recommend getting a watch. This watch is literally so gorgeous. I'll overlay a clip of it. It's made with really good materials and it has a 2-year warranty, so if for some reason it does break, you can get it repaired. They also sent me this lovely bracelet, and both of these are pretty minimal, so I can get away with them at school. And the watch actually has interchangeable straps, so I can switch for different colours for different days. So for school I could only really get away with black, but if I want to wear a pastel pink watch, I can just buy a new watch strap. And I just really like this brand, so if you guys haven't got a watch for exam season yet, I would really recommend getting one, and I really like this brand. I'll link them down below so that you can have a better look at the variety, but I think you guys will definitely really like them, and it's definitely worth getting a watch for exam season, especially if it's a nice one, and then you feel yes, I've got my life together, I don't know. But after I'd taken off all my jewellery and my makeup, I'd just go for a shower, and as it was summer it was quite hot, so I liked having cold showers. Obviously at this time of year I'd have a warm shower, but it's a nice little division between getting home from school and starting work, so I'd recommend getting a shower. Also it's you don't have to have a shower in the evening then or in the morning, it's already done, although it is at a bit of an awkward time. So I'd usually be between 5 to 20 minutes in the shower, so I'd get out about 4:20 and then I'll just put on some comfy clothes. And obviously in the summer I actually put on cold clothes shorts and stuff, shorts and a t-shirt, but at this time of year I'm wearing hoodies and trackies and comfy clothes like that. And I would put my hair up if it was dry, and that wouldn't take me too long, and then I'd walk downstairs and get myself some food and a drink. So in summer I was really liking cold water and stuff because brain stimulation and just being really hot, but at this time of year I'm really into tea. I mean, I've always been into tea to be fair, but I'd recommend getting yourself a drink to stimulate your brain and something to eat, and then I'd just sit downstairs with my tea and my food, and sometimes I'd read or sometimes I'd take it upstairs and do whatever. It really depended on the day, but getting food was so important. And obviously my phone was off and I'd put it in a different room, so I would just read instead. And I was really into Harry Potter during exam season, so yeah. So that would take me till about 4:30, and then I would do some revision. Like obviously if I've got an exam the next day, I'm not going to not revise. I feel like you've got to be like have covered everything before the night before your exam. So by the time you get to the night before of your exam, you can just like read over all your content. So what I found myself doing quite a lot was I'd read through all my notes and I'd write down anything I thought I was likely to forget. For A-levels, I really liked going through my flashcards and verbally, and then turning them over, and whatever I missed I'd write on a sticky note, and then I could blur and try and learn everything on the sticky notes. So as you can see me doing here, I was trying to remember everything off the sticky note and write it onto a new one, and then I'd just check myself against the original sticky note of what I forgot until I'd learned everything, and then that's just a really foolproof way of knowing everything. And I wouldn't stop like rewriting it onto a sticky note until I had got everything. So if I missed one thing, I'd do the whole thing again, just until I knew everything. So I think that's really important. And if there's a topic that you're really struggling with, just do a few practice questions until your mark starts to improve, like short, quick ones. If it's an essay based subject like history or English, I'd recommend like reading through your essay plans or getting some exemplar essays or your own old essays and just going through and highlighting them and just immerse yourself in the content. Obviously don't stress yourself out too much. I would only do this for like an hour and a half maximum. And then my mum would cook us tea most nights. So here you can see me eating some pho. I absolutely love pho. Pho, I don't really know how you say it, but I would have tea with my family, and it's so important to just like talk to your family and make the situation still seem normal even though it is quite a stressful time. So if I was feeling stressed, I'd always go talk to my mum. She was my first person I'd talk to, and it's just like nice to maintain family contact. Like don't leave your family downstairs and just like confine yourself to your bedroom during exam season, because that won't help your mental health. Like keep talking to your family. So I think family meals are really important, and I'd spend an hour over that. And then after my meal, if I was feeling stressed or if I was like feeling like fatigued or whatever, I'd go for a walk. So this like really varied. Like sometimes I'd go for a really long one that lasted like an hour, sometimes I'd go for like a 15-minute walk, but like even a walk, just get outside and like appreciate like life and like see some nice scenery. Like it's just, I think it was so good for my mental state to go for a walk. And I sometimes brought my mum with me. Where I live there's like a lot of places that I can walk, or if you live in a housing estate you can even just walk around your estate, like just get outside and away from your revision for a bit. It's so important. And then when I got home, if I was still feeling a little bit unprepared for my exam, I would get my mum to test me on flashcards, or I'd read through a few more mind maps, but I really wouldn't stress out too much, because at this point there's not a lot you can do unless you're gonna get up at 4 the next day and do like loads of revision. Then just like don't. So I'd get in, I'd have a cup of tea, I'd get into some comfy clothes, I'd have another chat with my mum, like my mum and me and my mum, my mum and I used to have quite a lot of conversations during exam season. So I basically just use this time to chill. So after my walk, I'd probably be back about 7:30. So from 7 till 8 I would just chill. And then I remember during exam season I had such a good routine of going to bed early. It was really good for like me being able to then wake up early the next day and feel like mentally prepared and like not too tired. So I literally went to bed at 8 during exam season, and as I'd had a shower after I got back from school, I never had to like rush around trying to get a shower. So I would just pack all my stuff away, pack my bag for the next day, make myself a water bottle, lay out my clothes, basically make sure I'm really organised for the next day. And then by 8 o'clock I would get into bed and I would read my book. So as I said earlier in the video, I really enjoyed Harry Potter during exam season. I got to the point where I loved it so much that I was literally so excited to go to bed to read my book. And I remember my English Lit GCSE was the one I was most worried about, but I remember that night I was like, oh my god, Harry Potter, it's fine, I'm not worried. Because I was just like so excited to read it, and it sounds so nerdy, but like it literally did help me forget about like the stress of exams, because I was just enjoying it so much. Definitely find yourself a good book. Even if you're just going to read a magazine or do some drawing in bed, like make sure you just do something for a bit, like something that's not like a revision. And definitely don't go on your phone before bed. Like that is just suicide. Like I'm sorry, like I know a lot of people do that and they're fine, but if you really want to put yourself in the best position, just turn your phone off. It's not worth it. And then I'd read for however long I wanted. Because I was really into my book, I'd literally read for ages until like 9 or 10. But like usually about 9 I would actually go to sleep, and I've always been somebody who can go to sleep like quite early, and yeah, I genuinely was always able to get a good night's sleep. I don't think there was a single night that I couldn't fall asleep, and I think that's because of my routine. I think a routine is so important during exam season, and I definitely recommend like even just taking inspiration from this. So basically that was my GCSE exam night routine. I found it really useful. I have got a GCSE exam morning routine on my channel from a while ago, and I will try and remember to link that down below so you can see like the difference. I hope you guys found this useful, and remember to watch Olivia's video as well and look at the watches because they are gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon for a brand new video. Bye!